Okay, I wanted to do a review on the Harbor Freight shop press. This is the 20-ton press that they sell online. They still have this available in stores and online, so you could buy this. And they also have a 12-ton, which is a smaller version of this same press. This one here, I've had it for about 5 years, and it's really perfect for what I use it for. I I don't use it full time. It's just something I use maybe 10, 5 or 10 times a year, I would say. So it's not a full time used tool, right? So if I was, obviously doing this for a living and I was using this every day, um, maybe it wouldn't be a good fit for what I use it for. But for what I use it for, half a dozen times a year, this thing works great. Like I've done so many things with this that it's paid for itself over and over again. I want to say I paid $200 and maybe $50 for it, which sounds like a lot, but honestly, it really isn't, because when you have your own press, you can pretty much do anything with automotive hubs as far as bearings go. Tractors have the same style pressed in bearings and races within the hubs themselves. You can bend hydraulic rods, that aren't terribly bent. If they're just slightly bent, you can bend them back pretty easily. I can bend pretty much anything with this. I can push out bushings that are pressed into or perhaps worn into a hydraulic fitting on a machine. So the endless list of things you can do with this is really why I like the press, right? So one of the things you get with it, you get these plates, and these plates are great because this will hold anything you're trying to press in place. It has the V's, and it has the larger U grooves and the smaller V. And the way you're going to use those is you would stand them up, on the side, and then you could stand both of these up, for example, and then you could fit the pipe. Let's say you're trying to bend a pipe. Let's say this handle that's used for the pump is the pipe, right? So you can see now, obviously, that's going to hold your pipe in place, and then you would bend it, right, with the press. So that's what you get. You get the two plates, and then you get the press itself with the hydraulic pump, and it's a 20-ton press, so obviously it's got a lot of power. It probably weighs more than you would think. The steel on this is definitely not. It's not made in America steel, obviously, because this is probably made in China. But nonetheless, it's good enough for what someone like myself would use it for. Again, half a dozen times a year, doing your own mechanic work on cars, tractors, ATVs, any power equipment that you might work on. It works really, really well, and I would definitely recommend it. If you're looking for a smaller version of this, they also have, like I said, the 12-ton press. Same thing. It's just a little bit smaller, and the jack obviously is a little bit less power, and it brings it down a little bit in size and weight, obviously. So if you've got a restriction on size and space, and you don't care about the power of the 20-ton, then the 12-ton, I think it's $150 versus the $250. So that might be the way to go for you. But I'm going to give this a good review. I think it's well worth the money. It is definitely a perfect fit for what I use it for. And again, like I said, if you're going to use this full time as a mechanic in a shop, then obviously you're probably going to look for one a little better quality steel, maybe, or a higher grade hydraulic pump. But for what I use it for, I'm a homeowner slash hobbyist mechanic, I'll call it, and I work on anything from ATVs to cars to tractors, and I've been working on anything with a motor my entire life. I've been in this for about 35 years, so I've done a ton of stuff, and for me, as a hobbyist, this works great. And if you're a homeowner and you're just doing automotive repairs yourself to save some money, this would also be a great addition to your tool arsenal of tools, right, that you're going to have. I've got this in my basement just because my garage shop area is kind of limited in space. So I've put this down in my basement, and it's kind of become you know, a dual purpose rack for storage as well, but it's only that because it's in my basement and I've got a ton of stuff and tools in my basement I store as well. So yeah, thumbs up on this. And if you're considering buying it, you definitely will not be disappointed, and I would definitely recommend it. And I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out on my channel. And that's pretty much it.